We've been telling you for a couple of weeks now that minority communities have been hit particularly hard by the coronavirus, and leaders in the African American community have joined an effort with Governor DeWine to address the problem. Joining us live via Skype this morning is Cincinnati's Vice Mayor Christopher Smitherman. He's a member of the governor's Minority Health Strike Force. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Anjanette, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. I think this is an important topic, and we've been wanting to talk a little bit more about it. First of all, how did you get involved in this? Did Governor DeWine's office just call you up and say, hey, we want you to be a part of this strike force?
Yes, ma'am. So I have had a good relationship with the governor for many years, and he just simply reached out and said, I'd like you to participate in this 41-person strike force in order to look at this issue. And as you heard this week, the governor started talking about those recommendations that are coming from the minority strike force that fit into 4 categories: messaging, testing, accessibility, and collaboration. And so the key in messaging is identifying a strong message, the right organizations, the right newspapers, the right radio stations, and having the right authentic leaders putting out a message about things like wearing a mask that I have in my hand, washing your hands, doing the social distancing, testing, making sure that that testing is happening in those vulnerable communities is really critical, and making sure that the spread is understood and that those leaders know what to do and how to respond. Accessibility is around making sure that transportation, having access to that testing. So not just doing it at our federally qualified health centers or our hospitals, but making sure that that testing and ultimately the vaccination, Anjanette, is also happening at our churches and at any community centers where we have direct contact. And then collaboration. For me, as I have been thinking about and talking about this with the task force, that all of us as leaders across this great state have to make sure that we're doing this in a nonpartisan way. And that's one of the things that I really liked about Governor Mike DeWine's leadership, is that me as an independent, Republicans who are serving on the strike force, and Democrats are all working together for a goal to help save the lives of African Americans and Latinos by educating them, making sure the testing is happening, and when the vaccination ultimately arrives, that vaccination is made available to all Ohioans.
Yeah, I think that's particularly important, and we know he also unveiled that campaign this week, kind of reaching out to those communities. So hopefully this will all work. We really appreciate you joining us today, getting up early for us and with us on a Saturday morning. Have a great day.
Anjanette, I just say in 1 second, my brother's husband's sister just passed away. Her name was Jenny Jimenez, and she passed away from ovarian cancer. We just got that word in the last 30 minutes, and I want to extend my deepest condolences to Jason, my brother's husband, and Joe, and to Jenny and their entire family. Thank you for allowing me to say that.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry for that loss. I'm so sorry that you guys are going through that this morning. But again, thank you so much for getting up with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.